Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you an update regarding Social Security. We're going to be covering information here. Now guys, there's actually 5 changes that are coming to Social Security next year. This would be in 2024. So of course I'm providing all those details in this video. We're also going to be discussing the payment schedule for 2024 specifically for Social Security. And then also for those that receive SSI, there's a couple of important dates to look out for in 2024. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. So here are the 5 big changes that are coming to Social Security in 2024. And of course, here we're talking about next year, right? So to help us out, I did pull out this fact sheet and it's straight from Social Security. I did find it on their governmental website, which is ssa.gov. And it talks about the security changes happening again next year. So one of them that we've talked about in previous videos is actually the 3.2% cost of living adjustment. Again, that one's kicking in until pretty much 2024. Another thing we want to look out for would be the maximum taxable earnings. This one gives us a pretty good idea of how it's going to change. So in 2023, the maximum taxable earnings for Social Security, it was of $160,200. And for 2024, the maximum taxable earnings are pretty much going to increase to $168,600. Another minor change here is also going to be for SSI, which would be the SSI Federal Payment Standard. This one, if you're an individual receiving SSI, it's going to go from, well, actually in 2023, you were receiving $914 per month. This one's pretty much going to increase to $943 per month. However, if you're a couple and you receive SSI, the Federal Payment Standard, this one's going to, in 2023, was at $1,371 per month, and it's pretty much going to increase in 2024 as well to $1,415 per each month. So here's a little bit of more details regarding the 3.2% increase. As I mentioned previously, it would refer to the cost of living adjustment, right, for Social Security of 2024. More than 66 million retirees receiving Social Security checks will see their monthly government payments rise 3.2% next year. This is according to the Social Security Administration's cost of living adjustment increase for 2024. Now, on average, Social Security retirement monthly benefits will grow by more than $50 starting in January. This is something that was said by the Social Security Administration, which announced the increase, as we all know, on October 12th. Now, the 3.2% Social Security COLA is well above the 2.6% average over the past 2 decades. Now, still, according to a new survey by the Senior Citizens League, 80% of retirees think Congress should beef up inflation protection by providing a COLA that is more closely reflects inflation experienced by older adults. Some senior advocates, including the Senior Citizens League, have proposed using a senior CPI to determine the annual COLA. Now, another important change happening to Social Security would refer to the maximum Social Security benefit that is also set to increase to $195 in 2024. Now, as expected, the maximum Social Security benefit for a worker retiring at full retirement age will also increase in 2024. And this is pretty much going to go from $3,627 to $3,822. So if we do the math, it's around a $195 increase. It's important to note that this maximum applies to those retiring at the full retirement age, which we all know would be 67 years of age for anyone born after 1960. Now, the maximum will be different for those who retire or choose to retire before the full retirement age, because we all know the benefits are reduced in those situations. So here's a chart that pretty much gives us an idea as to what the maximum retired worker benefit would look like in 2024, depending on what age you choose to retire in. So for example, age 62, the maximum would be at $2,710. However, if you do like the full retirement age, it would be $3,822. For age 70 here, it says $4,873. Here is the third change happening to Social Security in 2024. We're referring specifically to maximum taxable earnings, and these are pretty much set to increase to $8,400. Now, this is going to affect specifically those who are working. So, if you are working, there is a limit on the amount of your earnings that is taxed by Social Security. This amount is known as the maximum, quote unquote, maximum taxable earnings and changes pretty much every year. Earnings above this amount are not subject to Social Security tax or factored into Social Security payments in retirement. So in 2023, the maximum earnings subject to Social Security taxes was $160,200. However, in 2024, seems like they're going to increase this. The maximum earnings will increase to $168,600, meaning more of a worker's income will be subject to the tax. This adjustment is due to an increase in average wages in the United States. Now, the fourth change is pretty much going to affect those who choose to start collecting their Social Security benefits before their retirement age and choose to continue working, right? And here we're referring to the income limit. So the income limits for workers receiving Social Security retirement benefits will also be increasing in 2024. The Social Security earnings test applies to people who are earning an income or salary from a job and choose to collect benefits before, once again, the full retirement age. For every dollar an individual makes above a certain income limit, the Social Security Administration will withhold some of their benefits. So, for example, if you start collecting Social Security before the full retirement age, you can earn up to $1,860 per month, which would make around $22,320 per year in 2024 before the Social Security Administration will start withholding these benefits at the rate of $1 in benefits for every $2 above the limit. Now, in 2023, the maximum exempt earnings were $1,770 per month, and so this would be around $21,000 per year. Now, unfortunately, with all these changes, of course, Medicare Part B premiums will also be affected, and that means they're going to increase to 6% in 2024. That's another change that's also coming to Social Security next year. Now, the standard monthly premium for Medicare Part B will increase by $9.80 per month in 2024, and this is according to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. That means that the standard monthly premium will go up to $174.70 in 2024, an increase from $164.90 in 2023. Now, the new rate is in line with previous projections by Medicare trustees, which had estimated $174.80 standard monthly premium for next year. Now, the annual deductible for Medicare Part B will be $240 in 2024, which is a $14 increase from the $226 annual deductible in 2023. The Part B premium and deductible increases are mainly due to projected increases in healthcare spending, and this is according to Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Now, moving on to some important dates, and I think this information is going to be helpful specifically to those who may have just started or will start to receive Social Security payments this coming year, right? It's information that's pretty much helpful to anyone that is new here. So the Social Security Administration typically sends out payments on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Wednesdays of each month. Now, which day you receive your check, it's obviously going to depend on your birthday. That's one big important factor here. So if your birthday falls between the 1st through the 10th of the month, then your payment will be sent out on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. However, if your birthday falls between the 11th through the 20th of the month, then it seems like your payment will be sent out on the 3rd Wednesday. And then if your birthday, falls between the 21st through the 31st of the month, then it seems like your payment will be sent out on the 4th Wednesday. Now, payments for SSI recipients generally arrive on the 1st of each month, with a very few exceptions. Now, when it comes to SSI payments or SSI beneficiaries, you may see some articles that say like, oh, you're going to be receiving 2 payments in May, August, and November for 2024. But I want to show you exactly why that is. Yes, that is true, but it's not necessarily meaning that you're going to be receiving a double benefit. So let me break this down for you. So for example, we all know, and I mentioned previously, that SSI beneficiaries receive their benefits on the 1st of every month, right? So for example, taking into account May of 2024, your SSI payment would be May 1st, and then you would expect your first June payment to arrive on the 1st of June, but because the 1st of June falls on a weekend, that means the SSA administration is going to send out your benefit on May 31st. So see that? You got one benefit for May 1st for your actual May payment, and then your June payment's also going to come in at the end of May, just simply because of the way the schedule falls, right? The same thing's going to happen with August. Obviously, August 1st would be an SSI August payment, and then August 30th would be the September payment, because the payout date for September 1st would actually fall on a weekend once again. So they just kind of, that's how, pretty much how it works. So yeah, sometimes two benefits may arrive within the same month, but keep in mind it's probably for the following month. Now, if that was a little confusing to you, I hope this visual clarifies things a whole lot more. So, for example, we were talking about SSI payments, right? We expect them on the 1st of every month. So, for example, as I previously mentioned, here is May of 2024. The first benefit, well, actually, the benefit for May falls on Wednesday the 1st, right? It falls on a weekday. However, for June, the 1st falls on a Saturday, which means the SSA administration is going to send it out on May 31st, which would be on a Friday. So again, this is where, some articles may say that you receive two benefits in the same month. It's true, but it's not necessarily a double benefit. Again, here we have August. The benefit for August would fall on Thursday the 1st. And then since September 1st falls on a Sunday, you're going to be receiving that benefit on Friday, August 30th. Same thing happens with November. And again, it's only because of the way the calendar falls for 2024. For November, your November benefit falls on Friday, November 1st. And then December 1st falls on a Sunday. So that means the SSA is going to send it out on Friday, November 29th. Now, for those who receive SSI, here's another thing important aspect you want to keep in mind here. So the SSI, your first SSI payment reflecting the 2024 COLA increase, it's going to be coming this year on December 29th. And this is only because January 1st is a holiday that the Social Security Administration observes. So they're going to be sending out your January benefit in the month of December. But of course, again, at the end of the month, which would be December 29th. Now, unlike other Social Security recipients, SSI recipients can expect to see your first COLA increase in December instead of January. Now, if you receive SSI, you'll receive a payment on December 29th with your new benefit amount. So since your first increase payment is scheduled for January 1st, again, as I mentioned previously, it's a holiday, you're getting your first 2024 payment early. In January of 2024, the first of the month falls on a holiday. When this happens, the Social Security Administration sends the checks earlier on the nearest business day. In this case, it's going to be a Friday. So instead of receiving your January 2024 check in January, once again, you're going to be receiving it December of this year. Now, it seems like the Social Security Administration is also going to be mailing out notices of the increase to beneficiaries in early December. So I highly recommend for you to be checking your mail that month. Now, those who have a personal My Social Security account online can view their COLA notice online as well and set up text or email alerts for new messages regarding COLA as long as they do so by November 14th. This is according to the agency. So guys, I actually highly recommend for you to log into your Social Security account online if you have all the information that you need. Because that way, you can make sure you're logging into the correct websites to avoid getting scammed or any of those sorts. You always want to be extra careful with where it is exactly you're getting your information from. And obviously, always look out for text messages. SSA is never going to call you. They're never going to just request money from you, right? So you always want to be very careful with those things. SSA also said that information about Medicare changes for 2024 will be available online. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.